On pages 3 and 4 of our linear function Unit 2 notes, we look at our second linear function learning standard, which is about using linear equations to answer questions about a situation. So in our example, we have Jacob. Jacob has already written 5 paragraphs, and he writes 2 new paragraphs each hour. So we start by defining our variables. X is going to be hours, our independent variable, and Y is going to be number of paragraphs written. So number of paragraphs written depends on how many hours he's been writing for. My start value is 5. He's written 5 to start with, and my rate of change is 2. He writes 2 every hour. So my equation is y equals 5 plus 2x. So there's 2 different types of questions I can be asked about my situation. I can be asked something like this. How many paragraphs will Jacob have written after 6 hours? Now I look at what I'm being asked, how many after 6 hours? So I'm given hours. Hours is my x, so that means I'm given my x. I'm told the x equals 6. And I need to find my y. My y is how many paragraphs. Okay, so I'm given 6 for x, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in 6 for my x. So y equals 5 plus 2 times 6. 5 plus 12, which is 17. After 6 hours, he's written 17 paragraphs. Second situation, I am asked when, so I'm asked time, my x, and I'm given y, 27 paragraphs. So I look at my unit, it's paragraphs, that tells me that I'm given y. And now I need to find x. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in y equals 27 into my equation for y. So I have 27 equals 5 plus 2x. And now when I'm given y, I have a 2-step equation to solve. Subtracting 5 from both sides, dividing by 2, and I have 11. X equals 11. So after 11 hours, Jacob will have written 27 paragraphs. So in our classwork, you will be given a situation and a follow-up question down here, and then you'll be using your equation to answer that question. So Kai has $80 saved. He earns $10 a week. X is going to be weeks. Y is going to be money earned. So my equation is start value of 60 plus $10 each week. Now the question is, when will he have $140? So I look at what I'm given. I'm given $140. Dollars is y. That means I'm given my y. I need to solve for x. So I'm going to plug in 140 for y. This is not a lot of space. And solve that 2-step equation. My answer is 8. So after 8 weeks, Kai will have $140. Second situation, Parneet has $50. She spends $5 a week on gum. So again, my x is going to be weeks. My y is going to be money. My unit here is dollars, but that's pretty typical. My equation, my start value is she has $50, but now I have repeated subtraction. She's subtracting $5 a week, so my rate of change is -5. Here my follow-up question is, how much will she have after 3 weeks? Weeks, I'm given something with weeks. That means I'm given x. X is 3. That means I know x and I need to find y. This is a little easier case. I just plug in 3 for x. And I find out, hey, Parneet's going to have $35 after 3 weeks. My tile pattern example, these are fun. For tile patterns, fun for me, math teacher. For tile patterns, my x is always the same. It's my figure number. And my y is how many tiles are in that particular figure. So we have 1 in figure 0, 3 in figure 2, 5 in figure 3. My equation is going to be start value of how many tiles are in figure 0, which is 1. And then I look and see how many tiles are being added each time the figure number increases by 1. So I added 2 here. To get from figure 1 to figure 2, I added 2 more tiles. that tells me my rate of change is 2x. So I add 2 tiles each time the figure number increases by 1. I'm asked my follow-up question, what figure number will have 19 tiles? 19 tiles, number of tiles is my y. That means I'm given y equals 19, and I need to solve for x. So I have 19 equals 1 plus 2x, subtracting 1 from both sides, and I end up with 9. That means, 9 is not number of tiles, 9 is figure 9. So figure number 9 is going to have 19 tiles. That makes sense because I'm going to have my 1 starting tile plus 2 times 9, which is 18. So I will have 19 tiles in figure number 9.